What's going on? It's your boy, Brother Al, and I'm back with another one. Hey, this one's going to be about what happened at the press conference with the president, vice president, and also the Ukrainian president. All right, so we're going to talk about that. So, and this is my take on it. All right, it's about the results. It's about the results. Um, I just heard some opinion. I won't say who gave this opinion because uh, if I do that, I would like to have somebody on the platform to talk about that for themselves, and or either at least release content, which they have. But anyways, let's get into the fruit of the matter. He said that well, basically blasted President Trump because of, and really it was a lot of ad hominem attacks, really, because it wasn't any real reasons as to why this person would be a fool or anything like that. Other than obviously you don't agree with the president, but I think it's more healthy, it's more fruitful, it's more beneficial to lay out the case why. And one of the problems that I have from the left, from liberals, from Democrats, or Democrat sympathizers, if you're independents that lean left, one of the issues I had with that is, no matter what you want to call yourself, what they typically do is they'll give ad hominem attacks. We'll say we have a fool in the White House, but it's like, okay, substantiate that. That's the part I never get. And I understand why, because I used to be that guy, okay? His first term, I absolutely did not agree. I started out as being objective, even though people want to say I wasn't, because I was forecasting it not to be a good presidency. But then I realized what I really was doing. I wasn't forecasting it not to be a good presidency. I was forecasting certain behaviors that he did that I didn't like. And that's what it's all about. Ultimately, it's not about what happened. Because if you look at what happened, this is what actually happened at that press conference and the results of it. All right, look, they had each other out. It was kind of cordial at first, and then things kind of went left. Things kind of went off the rails. Reporters ask these questions, and then you know their statements made. Excuse me, their statements made, and then kind of Zelensky and JD go back and forth with it. Um, and it all kind of started with JD saying, yeah, JD saying that we tried it that way before. We done it the Democrats' way when Biden was in office. That's when that's when Russian Vladimir Putin had took his forces and rolled into and flew into and bombed into the Ukraine. So we tried it that way. That was the result. And now we want to try diplomacy. And then that's when Zelensky was like, we done diplomacy. We already have signed deals with Russia. We've already signed ceasefires with Russia. Russia violated those ceasefires, and they came in and invaded. And so he was like, what do you mean diplomacy? What is this diplomacy? Like what do you mean diplomacy? So that's when it kind of went off the rails because JD didn't like that too much, and he said, how you even said thank you, you campaigned for the ops. Like I mean, JD did go in, and with Trump, that only egged up Trump, and Trump was like, hey, he started checking Zelensky. Zelensky was saying, it's going to have influence over here, and then Trump's like, hold on, no. He was like, no, who are you to dictate that it's going to have influence over here and all of that? And it got pretty ugly. It did. It turned into reality TV. After all, Trump is the reality TV president, quite literally. So it did turn into reality TV, where like it was like a little love and hip hop. I ain't gonna say it didn't get to blows obviously, but it did get high intensity in that Oval Office. It was something like off of Tyler Perry. It got real, and then so anyways, but look at what happened after that. That outraged liberals, and we know most of Europe is liberal. Most of Europe is left. All right, so that they hit panic mode, and then they started releasing the funds off to Ukraine to help them with the war. Now, mind you, at first they weren't doing this, but Trump spooked them to the point where they're like, all right, if the Americans not going to donate, Russia's just going to collapse Ukraine and just annex the whole daggone country. So that's when their reaction is like, okay, they calling their central banks to release the funds. All right, so they're sending money over to Ukraine now. The thing is, now we have an American first foreign policy. It's going to be like, okay, we don't mind helping, but these one way deals are done, and this is why they don't want Doge so much to look into the money. They don't want those to look into the files because they know that a lot of this stuff is ultimately, for real, it's just money laundering. They're just sending money over, and they literally don't know where it goes after that. Or they'll send food over, like with, for instance, not to say that they have done this, but U.S. aid sends food, right? So Ukraine has gotten their armies. We sent over food for their armies and their forces, but they're not just going out there. Like they'll take them, store them, and then they give them to loyal participants. Because guess what? Not everybody in Ukraine wants this war. They're like, look, we're done. Whatever. Russia, like, they don't have nothing else. All right, so you want us to be a part of your country? Whatever. Like, just come on. Like, just stop bombing my freaking house. So they have all of that stuff. It's not just all one sided. We got a war hawk Ukrainian as a president, and then we also have a war hawk Russian president. America has been a war hawk for a minute. So, but right now, people are tired of fighting 10-year wars in Iraq, however long, 20-year wars in Afghanistan. Ukraine is coming up on 3 years. But now they want another three. They want to just keep it going. 2,000 people died this week in Ukraine. People don't want to see their son go over for Operation Ukraine Freedom. We've been there. We've done that. Literally, people in the military got shirts that say, been there, done that. We're done. Like, right now, it's time to come home and defend the homeland. It's America First policy now. And it's time to keep funds in for America instead of always dishing out funds for these foreign wars, these foreign wars, billions upon billions of dollars. And at the end of the day, what happens? The Iranians just run right into Iraq and control Iraq. The the Taliban go right back in and control Afghanistan. Um, so like all of that for what? Like you got families with death anniversaries coming up, and they remember their son, and their son died for what? So we see Europe contributing more now, which means they're putting if they want to defend this, America, like, look, Trump was like, look, we're good. We got an ocean between us. We don't have to worry about Russia storming over into our borders. Good luck. Try to swim across that if you want to. The Navy is like that. It's going to blow them to smithereens. If they can even make it past the stealth nuclear subs. Like, come on, bruh. Nobody is messing with this country right now. Thanks be to God, under his wing. The way how he equipped this military, nobody messing with it like that. It would be you literally need an amphibious invasion just to invade the United States. And if you know anything about military, which I used to be, we don't even really do amphibious invasions like that because it's pretty much a delete yourself mission. You saw what happened on D-Day, how hard it was to take that beach. So and that was with 1940 technology. We got stuff nowadays that not gonna happen. So the thing is, it ain't that like we want to see the stop. We want to see the end of it. But if they want to fight it out, then fight it out. But they're not gonna do it on our dime. They're not gonna do it all on our dime. No, it's not just gonna be us. We helped y'all out. Now it's time for y'all to contribute to us because we helped y'all out. Now we need help. We got a problem too. We got a war to fight. We got to fight this exploding national debt. And so we need y'all help too. We want them. We want them daggone it. Rare earth minerals. We need that. We got to put them joints. And let's be real. We already know people like Elon Musk, and all that. All right, but look, it's always been. It wouldn't even be proper politics to do something and just for everybody else and just never ever get nothing back in return. That's not how the real world works. If we're gonna help you fight Russia, then at least give us them rare earth minerals to put up in these Teslas, to put up in these cell phones and all of that, and keep making us rich and propping our economy up while we prop up your military. It's an even exchange. But for some reason, because you don't like Trump's leadership style, because he carries it out like it's a reality TV show, because he's not afraid to put you on blast on international television, it's a problem. I get if you don't like this leadership style, but what he's doing, it's going to stop your grandchild from one day getting drafted and having to serve over in Ukraine in the infantry battalion. It's preventing that. It's stopping these forever wars, and it's also helping to put an end to this fast, ever-growing national debt. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. If you don't like it, tell me what you disagree with in the comments. And if you do, I want to hear from you too. And turn on the post notification bell so you can get videos like this. Have a blessed one. Peace.